Enjebusia say the mpanifo ka say agrobe da ne mfra no pa no. Sammy dey Alexander Afenyo Markin wakoma ne any opening statement of Parliament House. Ama Sammy dey wakobo Sammy Gyamfi
to be filed in suit number GT 1029/2026 entitled Osahin Alexander Afenyo Markin versus Samuel Edu Gyamfi.
Na Sansona majority leader in Parliament House, Mahama Ayariga so abe responding to the issue.
I want to also say in response to my colleague, the minority leader, that I believe that this is a country where there is full assurance of freedom of speech, both in the chamber and outside the chamber.
Now, right now, the latest updates, and it's a PAGA artist or the People's Alliance for Government and Accountability. Almost they are calling out Sammy Gyamfi and Afenyo Markin.
Asema Sammy Gyamfi aka ato Alexander Afenyo Markin penya oda domkuma na no womrahye Gyamfi.
Abusia agrono asase yehwe sene ebesi aha authentic plus truth, making sure so be like we subscribe we no share amafofo nso enya bi ahwe. Enti we say mo be kai Sandra me be ka chemo say office of the special prosecutor the public notice the aba bontin a o say ono de obehwehwe nsem na Sammy Gyamfi akato Alexander Afenyo Markin so say oye extortionist. Now Andra Parliament House having some emergency meeting. Now emergency meeting as no na chese Speaker of Parliament House ma Afenyo Markin say ombra na afenso no ombe man no anase bi o make deliver open statement our Parliament House. No, and I just Alexander Afenyo Markin, Edge Penny and Artist who could generate anyone or Kasai, or we yano, and I do two that say. On him says Sammy, both the minority and Afenyo, majority, and him the accords between Ono and Afenyo Sammy Gyamfi. Now, no sooner after carefully, in fact, going through the allegations that is Sammy Gyamfi at the Babon. Why not being said, or the membra are taking the cost. And first of all, also Sammy Gyamfi and Afenyo join multimedia. No ma asem no kwampunu o mekwa kodino e wo Accra High Court na afenso no se wi a obese siu one Eric Ajay e na afenso Peace FM no mo so ma asem no o mesa kodino e wo Achimota Circuit Court.
Speaker, in the face of the allegations of extortion leveled against me, I have chosen to take high moral ground by submitting myself to the processes of the law. I have accordingly caused writs to be filed in suit number GT 1029/2026 entitled Osahin Alexander Afenyo Markin versus Samuel Edu Gyamfi and Multimedia Group Limited at the Accra High Court, and suit number GR/ACH/CC/C5/02/2026 entitled Osahin Alexander Afenyo Markin versus Eric Ajay and Peace FM at the Achimota Circuit Court. I have every confidence that in the fullness of time, the court will make the appropriate determination on these matters. Mr. Speaker, I also await with bated breath that the man or the men who made the allegation will have the courage to report the matter to the police or the OSP or any investigating agency in this country. And I expect that if they muster the courage to report that I have extorted from them and I am invited, I shall submit myself to every investigation so that eventually my name is cleared. There is, Mr. Speaker, there is a limit to political discourse. There are lines that must not be crossed, and these red lines, once crossed, they must be dealt with. Mr. Speaker, I can modestly and humbly say that I have served in this position with integrity. I came into this office a man of hard work with determination, and I have achieved for myself what I have to do for myself, my family, and my constituents. Mr. Speaker, I work with clear conscience and with fidelity to the responsibilities entrusted to me. I say so without more.
Now, in fact, Alexander Afenyo Markin Kasa, which means say yes, we prepare no one Kasa. Then company and yes, Alexander Afenyo Markin Eko Hu Baumia, Emma Chese Baumia, Emma the 2 options. I will say it's either Sobeko courts and I say Bia or no as or no not just minority leader in Parliament House or Begis opposition no affinism.
Money bibi ano pay na okọ Baumia hono and Baumia man 2 options. Baumia can say it's either you go to court or you forfeit your position as the leader of the minority.
Now, I know, and I just say a majority leader in Parliament. Mahama Ayariga responded to Afenyo Markin opening statements. Not just about my, and also look. On him said Parliament House one Nema Bebri Koso, but a person can be said. A more say bia, or more politicians be at more class beer, and Luntino, or more bit me a committed crime. Amateur say, or ma get it away with it. A brat say. Ordinary Ghanaian be etimi ko wia or the same goats and asibia fouls na sa nipa no ya jeli no na se etimi jeli sa nipa no dia any omo no ante so mo ye politicians na ante so mo wia billions of cedis no they are not exempted.
I want to also say in response to my colleague, the minority leader, that I believe that this is a country where there is full assurance of freedom of speech, both in the chamber and outside the chamber. And I don't believe that there's any political targeting of anybody freely expressing themselves either in this chamber or outside this chamber. At the same time, I also don't believe that anybody should try to use this chamber or any platform to intimidate the law enforcement agencies when they are cracking down on criminal conduct, be they conduct of politicians, of ordinary armed robbers, of any other citizen. Crime is crime. We believe that we pass laws in this house so that they will be enforced outside there. When the law enforcement agencies are enforcing those laws, we should not come and stand in this chamber and bastardize them and try to intimidate them and try to give their conduct political coloration. It does not help. I have repeatedly said in this chamber that we should not consider ourselves as politicians as being in a special class that can commit crimes and get away with it. When those who steal goats and fowls and guinea fowls are sent to jail because they stole goats and fowls and guinea fowls. When those who steal rams to perform the outdooring of their children are sent to jail, when we steal millions of Ghana cedis as politicians, we think that we belong to a special class, and when law enforcement agencies come after us, we will protest. I believe that this country cannot progress with an attitude like that. And so I don't believe that it is fair when the law enforcement agencies are doing their work for us to come to this chamber and try to bastardize those law enforcement agencies. Mr. Speaker.
I will share the latest updates at PAGA at from the People's Alliance for Government and Accountability. First of all, omo pese omo NFS Ghana nyina pese omo hu gold board omo dealings how I say omo spendi omo sika NFS no in fact sika no kwampo no omo atese omo tu gold no sika sen na ya omo timi de bra omo NFS no sika sen na ya gold board etimi de ma BOG or the Bank of Ghana
Omanpanyi John Dramani Mahama we nyina ye ken nyina no ekọ ebewie na so ye ono na ye omanpanyi ono na ama Bank of Ghana penny adwuma eno ama gold board penny so adwuma enti se omugina ye na mu edi dwa na se ekabema esefata se ono manpanyi no ofa ho asodie no otu ho anamo ye wo ensemisa kakra so ma omanpanyi John Mahama ye pese o share gold board ne Bank of Ghana ma omoma ye hu off takers discount fees any one more edi dwuma na nkasa yedi kan ehu say gold board e kan say omo audited financial statements abetudwa Yajitum, Nanso, as a song, Penny Mahama, didn't I see form. Now, or more be me at here. Say, you can't audit that financial statement and our financial statement. In summer, I cost so tough about. Nanso, and I'm say, ye person you who the course of painting or yes, sir, or man penny. So, o me be mu. If it says, board board cast on ya and for so and now board car. You will never be a shame. Omumie bi mu no momie hu de etue mu ankasa
no wie ya no e na cheso omusa de nsemi tu abonte omu chemu say in fact Alexander Afenyo Markin e de nsemi ato eye Sammy Gyamfi so sanso na Sammy Gyamfi so no e de nsemi ato no so but first of all no they are calling out eye Alexander Afenyo Markin umbra no me state clearly baby as ha na we nyina e call so e na afenso report no de ba abonte no whether eye true and has be enye true.
We call on the minority leader to clear his name immediately. And it's important to know that he is known as the Osahene. He must answer the following questions. Did he ever demand money from the Gold Board CEO or any person connected with Gold Board? Did he request a private settlement, personal benefit, or favor in connection with his public criticism of Gold Board? Did he hold any private meeting or communication with Mr. Sammy Gyamfi concerning Gold Board? Did he propose or participate in what Mr. Gyamfi described as compulsory arbitration? What specific interaction between the two men led to the allegation of extortion? Then, is he prepared to submit all relevant messages, recordings, and correspondence for independent examination? These questions require clear answers. We want the minority leader not only to say he will use legal route to seek redress, but actually take steps to clear his name. Failure on his part to take action will only deepen the suspicion and weaken the minority leader's moral authority to demand accountability from the government. The minority caucus cannot look away. This is not a matter the minority caucus can bury under party solidarity. The allegation strikes at the credibility of its leader and the integrity of the entire caucus. A parliamentary leader accused of extortion by the head of a state institution cannot simply continue with the business as usual. The minority caucus must demand answers from its leader. It cannot ask Ghanaians to trust its claims about Gold Board while refusing to address an allegation that its leader used public criticism as a means of seeking a private benefit.
No mu wie na cheso mo sare ko Sammy Gyamfi so mo kase. Sammy Gyamfi so o mehu ensem a chese waka to Alexander Afenyo Markin so say oye extortionist. First of all no o mo pese Sammy Gyamfi ba abonten na afenso no sa word no use ye no o mekira ase e na afenso no baby asa niam na ekọ so say bia or the say Alexander Afenyo Markin e approach no e na o ka chene say ope demand we so anya ma na obey ni say as time matches sa niam na course so day office no baby e course nyina no omra bonten na omeka say na be Ghana fo ombenya omo nti ase.
Now we move on to Mr. Sammy Gyamfi and we call upon him to produce his evidence. Mr. Sammy Gyamfi must also understand that such an allegation cannot remain a political weapon. If he has evidence, he must place it before the public and the appropriate authorities. He cannot repeatedly threaten to expose the minority leader while withholding the facts. Public office is not a stage for innuendo, threats, and political drama. A chief executive who alleges criminal conduct against a parliamentary leader has a duty to support that allegation. Mr. Gyamfi must disclose 1. What was allegedly demanded. 2. When and where the demand was made. 3. The person to whom the alleged demand was communicated. 4. The benefit allegedly sought by the minority leader. 5. Any messages, recordings, documents, or witnesses supporting the allegation. Then finally, whether the alleged conduct has been reported to any investigative authority. Either the minority leader attempted to extort the Gold Board CEO or he did not. Either Mr. Gyamfi has evidence or he does not. Both men owe the country the truth.
Like I said, this week Ankasano is going to be a long week. And afenso no assistance na ukọ media no so baby na everybody is talking about Sammy Gyamfi and afenso no Alexander Afenyo Markin. Na say na chese Alexander Afenyo Markin issue Sammy Gyamfi join multimedia Ayariga J and afenso no Peace FM no. Ye hwe ne ebesi say bia Sammy Gyamfi abekọ anase bia onko. Authentic Studios. Make sure so be like you subscribe you and watch share am afofo nso nya bi ahwe.